Well, Latvia has expelled all of Belarus's diplomats, and Belarus has expelled all of the Latvian diplomats. Tālis Linkaits is Latvia's transport minister. He joins us now from Riga. Thank you very much for joining us, Minister. EU leaders have agreed to ban Belarus airlines from airspace, and they are urging EU airlines not to fly over Belarus as well. Is this about safety when it comes to transport, or is this about trying to pressure Belarus to release the journalist?
Good evening. I think it's both. Certainly it's the first such event in civil aviation history when the passenger jet with more than 170 passengers and 18 nationalities on board have been forced to land just because the country doesn't like one or two passengers. And this is something that endangers life of the passengers, and it could have happened with another airline as well. So our national airline, as Air Baltic, already in Sunday has decided to avoid airspace of Belarus, and we think that this is the right and correct way how to respond. And of course, yeah.
And what kind of pressure, realistically, do you think that will put on President Lukashenko?
I believe that, of course, it will take some time for Lukashenko to notice that that there is a pressure, but such events cannot go without any response. And I think EU and all the nations have to show swift and strong response so that similar events do not happen again.
Minister, you're right. Everyone today has talked about that response and why there needs to be a response, but there is also concern that if you impose sanctions and the sanctions are too tough, that we might push Belarus into the warm embrace of Russia. And what would that mean in that part of the world if there was a sort of federal agreement between Russia and Belarus?
I think this already has happened, so we are not making any change in this situation. Since the elections last year, the Lukashenko regime actually already has established the only relations they have had, and these relations are with the Russian Federation. So I don't think that we are pushing the regime anywhere further.
And talk to me about that airspace, because Belarusian airspace is only small. As I understand it, though, important routes go over that side. So what sort of disruption will there be for people in Europe flying to Asia and to China?
Certainly, any closure of the airspace means that the flights are getting a bit longer. It has to be rerouted via other nations, but this is a minor step that we can do in order to influence the situation and to make trips, flights safer for our citizens.
Minister Linkaits, thank you very much for coming on the programme. Well, tonight,